Hello everyone, it's Mariah Lovemore. I want to welcome you into this space, and I am filming in my sunroom. It's not S-O-N but S-U-N, sunroom, and I am currently underway of renovating this space. I call this my serenity room, and I'm gonna make a video on the progress that I am making in here. This is such a beautiful room. I always admire sunrooms, and God blessed me with a sunroom. It happened in an unorthodox way. I was facing a really hard challenge in life, and I had no choice but to put all of my trust into God. I had to surrender my everything to God. And my knees were shaking, they were knocking, but I had to do it. I've been led to share 7 ways of how you can overcome and be resilient when it comes to bouncing back from hardships, from failures, from hard times. During the silence series that I did earlier this year, I did a breathing exercise, and I want to incorporate that back in. So, victorious ones, let's take a deep breath. Let's exhale stress, confusion, and a pessimistic mindset, and inhale love, mercy, beauty, hope, and everything that God has called us to be. Okay, victorious ones, when it comes down to facing challenges in your life, when you run away from it, you're actually stunning yourself from growth. So you don't want to run away, you don't want to hide, and you don't want to mask. You actually want to face what's right in front of you, because if you don't, then you will not grow. You will not be ready for the thing that you've been praying for. And the very thing that you've been praying for requires a new you, period. I know that sometimes it's hard to change. And so coming in at number 2, don't be mad at change. Change should be your friend. Who told you that change is a bad thing? I think that really, you know what? I had moments in my life where I did not want to change because I felt like somebody was trying to control me or trying to tell me what to do. But the reality is that change is good. You're gonna always change. You're gonna physically change, you will mentally change, and I'm telling you, do not waste time fighting change. It has to happen. It has to happen. And I'm sure there are things that you want in your life, and in order to have those things, change comes about. You look in your space, you look around you, and you want certain things in that space. Well, it's going to require a change, and the change is going to be the appearance of that space. No matter what, change is going to be everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's going to be a change. And as long as you don't decide to change, everything around you will evolve no matter what you do. So don't get behind by not changing. Make sure that you keep up. Make sure that you surrender to God and you allow Him to make the change in you, because it is so refreshing. When I was in my old house, I did not want to let the house go. Even though I was going through a change where I wasn't going to be the only one in the household, I did not want to let it go, because all of the work that I put into it. But I went into prayer, and the Holy Spirit convicted me and said, you know what? You need to let this go. There's places that you are going in life, and this is not it. This is not the place where you are going to be in order to receive certain blessings to bless others, in order to be a new creation in Christ Jesus. See, I didn't grow up in church, but I tell you what, Ever since I've become a believer, God has been intentionally catching me up, okay? It was really hard because of the growing pains, but I eventually surrendered. And I was like, okay, I give you my all, God, because this is like too much for me to handle on my own. And I literally felt like I was drowning in my own trauma and my past. And this is just the most refreshing. This is the most refreshed I have ever been in my life. The third way of how you can bounce back is by taking a time out, spend some time in nature, journal, write down your thoughts, write down what you ate, write down how you are feeling, write down where you see yourself in the future. I know sometimes, God bless you, Chewy. I know sometimes it can be really frustrating when you aren't in the place that you desire and want to be in life. I totally understand. But I tell you what, you praise your way through. You thank God that you are going to be where you need to be. And you also ask God, like, what are you trying to tell me right now? What do I need to learn? What is in me that you want out of me? Am I being too controlling? Am I trying to control the narrative? Did I not forgive this person over here? Am I hooked to certain addictions in life? Drowning myself out with noise and not allowing myself to hear your voice, not allowing myself to get direction from you. And if you do find yourself doing all these things, whatever is necessary, you're in your word, you're praying, and you're not hearing from God, keep praying without ceasing. God could be testing your faith to see if you're for real, to see if you're a real one. The fourth way of how you can bounce back is by having a really good support system. If you feel like you don't have a good support system, I tell you what, make sure that your support system are not people who you have a stock of emotions invested in. You have to have professionals in your life, whether it be mentors, not somebody you kick it with, that you hang out with, that you have fun with. But we're not gonna talk about that. That's another story, okay? But seriously, having a board of advisors is so important. Whether it be your tribe, a support group, your church family, it's so essential to have these people in your life because you cannot walk through life alone and by yourself thinking that you have it all figured out. Yes, you can do some research and listen to people on YouTube and get advice, but there's nothing like a personalized answer. And if you feeling me, okay, then we're part of each other's team. You can click my Wisio link below and get a personalized answer specifically on what you need. And I give out free prayers. So you just have to scroll all the way down and click the link to a free prayer. And all of the links that I'm discussing in this video are at the bottom. And please don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, share this video with someone else as we continue on this video, and hit the notification bell because I post every Wednesday and Friday. It is not fun being alone by yourself, but be bold to approach the person that you don't want to approach, that has it going on, that's positive, that's optimistic. One thing that I am going to also share is unlearn the things that you learned. The fifth way is to be positive, be optimistic. Don't be a pessimist. You shall have what you say. And if you are just feeling so victimized to the point where you just like, no one cares about me, and I'm gonna tell you what, 9 times out of 10, no one's gonna come and save you but Jesus. Like, you're gonna have to pull yourself together and look back on all the challenges you have in your life. Like, you gotta get to a point where your self-esteem comes up here, okay? We gotta build your self-esteem because you are worth it. You're worth it. But just know that there has to be systems put in place in order for you to change. You cannot continue to react the same way. You cannot continue to be walked all over on. You cannot continue to be nice. Like nice things. Be kind. A lot of times nice people get walked all over on. And if I say, hey, just be kind, because you don't want to get walked all over on. If you just keep saying, well, I'm nice, I'm just a nice person. Well, guess what? The same treatment is going to continue to happen in your life. And I'm going to tell you as a friend, stop complaining. And that ought to get you to change. I'm not mean. It's just that I care so much. I just want you to see yourself. Because guess what? I have friends in my life that sharpen me. I'm not exempt. I would never be exempt. And I would never want to be exempt. I accept change. Face the change. Be optimistic. Be hopeful. Because you will get better results that way. Coming in at 6, you want to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Treat yourself well. I was at my job and I talked to this gentleman. And some things happened. And I told him, you don't have to tell me anything. But I know that I connected with him and his family. And I'm like, you don't have to tell, you don't have to share anything with me. But I want to make sure that you are okay. So I asked this gentleman, I said, can I go even further? He said, yeah, sure. And I was like, it's so important to treat ourselves so well and so kind. Please treat yourself kind. Go get a massage, practice wellness, but make sure that you treat yourself kind. I'm teaching my son how to treat himself kind by being an example and also reminding him that he's loved and that I'm happy to be his mother. Sometimes you have to look yourself in the mirror and say, and encourage yourself, because you can do it. You can face your challenges. Cut out the noise, get some help. If you are looking for therapy, please take advantage. I was just telling my cousin, I'm like, take advantage of these 2 weeks free of therapy. Dump everything, just dump, prioritize, make a list, and mark whatever's on that list. Number 1, I have to get this one out. I have to get this one, the second one out, the third. Dump everything that you can when it comes down to your trauma. Be vulnerable. Don't go in there. Don't go into the therapy session I don't know these people. No, this is a time to be vulnerable. Last but not least, coming in at number 7. Do you feel like you're falling apart? It's the craziest feeling ever. I remember when I was pregnant, I lost my house when I was 6 months pregnant. And I felt like I was just losing everything. I didn't know where I was going to move to. I was just really trying to figure things out. And quickly I found that God wanted me to put all of my trust in Him. And thank God He put me in a better situation. And He blessed me with another home when I was 8 months pregnant. My friends and family came over. They set up my house. And I'm still dreaming, honey, because I am, I came a long way. I'm from the hood and I wanted to grow. And I want to do a video about my growth. I think that would be nice for me to do a video from me growing up in the hood and where I am at today, and the different milestones that I went through for my development. There are some things that I will still love to do, for as taking classes. I do want to take a speaking class, that way that I can get in front of more people and help other women and men and children and teenagers to be their best selves. To the conclusion of this video, I just want to say this. Stop expecting people who are not supporting you to support you. Open up to other people because they will support you and be able to give you the advice that you need. That doesn't mean that you are supposed to hold a grudge or have some sort of animosity towards the people that's not supporting you. They're not put in your life for that reason. They're not put in your life to give you the answers that you need because God did not give them those answers to give you. Open up your mind, open up your spirit to receive what God has for you through people you may not even know yet. You'll be surprised and you'll be shocked. Reach out to someone who you are following online and you admire them. They may just respond to you, or they may have a service where they can coach you. Take the time out to make the investment in yourself. But most importantly, you got this. You can do it. You got this. You can do it. This being resilient just simply means that when you are going through a trial, that you will be able to bounce back quicker versus it taking months and years and forever for you to come back from what you have went through and to bounce back to an even better version of you. You stand tall, love God, keep God first, and you can do this because you are a victorious one. And until next time, bye.